Hi there. Today we are going to do our polynomials and geometry section. So we know the skills how to do this. So I'm going to put it all together and actually show you how the examples are going to work. So we have two things we would find today, perimeter and the area. Perimeter, I'm adding up all the sides. So whatever shape that is, you just add around the outside like you were outlining the shape. The area, that's this inside part. If I were to color the whole thing in. So rectangle is just length times width. Triangle, though, this is the new one, a little bit more tricky because it's 1/2 base times height. You can write your 1/2 as a fraction or as a decimal. All right, so let's practice here with the perimeter for these two examples. I need to add up my like terms. So all three of these guys just have an x, so I can add them up. So 3 plus 4 plus 5x, that's my first term. So we have 7, 12x, and then I'm adding up these guys here. So then I have 8, and then plus a -1 plus 2. All right, so I have 7 plus 9. All right, and that is my first perimeter. You could also just write them all out first. So for the second one here, I can just say like 2x squared plus 9x minus 10 plus x squared plus 4. Then I'm going to underline like terms. Just another way to do it. Doesn't matter. All right, I can put a invisible 1 in front of the x squared. So I have 2 plus 1 gives me 3x squared. I'll do my x's. I have a 9, and that's it. So plus 9x. And then I have -10 and then plus 4, so that'd be a -6. Okay, so that's perimeter for triangle. That one's not too bad. Let's go down here. Perimeter for these rectangles. We've done this before, so you might remember, oh yeah, this side here is the same as the side directly across from it. So I have 4x minus 7 and then 2x minus 3 over here. Okay, so I'm going to add everything up. You pick which way works for you. If I want to write them all out first, that's fine. All right, let's underline all of our like terms. So I have the x's. So 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 should be 12x. My numbers, -3 minus 7, -3 minus 7 would be a -20. Cool. Okay, then next one here again, the opposite sides are equal or congruent. So I will fill those in like that. I'll add them all up. I'll do the way here, so I'll add up my x squared first. So 3x squared plus 3x squared is 6x squared. All my x's, I'll underline in green. 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6. That right here. 3x plus 6x plus 3x. All right, that should be what? 18x. Nice. And last one, 5 minus 10 plus 5 minus 10. Yeah, all right. That should be a -10. Okay, that's perimeter for those shapes. Now let's do the backside. I think that's a little too easy. So let's try out some area. Okay, so it's telling you up top here, find the area. That's we know, what we're going to be doing. Okay, so my formula for triangle, it's 1/2 base times height, or you can write it with the decimal. I actually prefer this decimal method. I think it's, easier just to type in our calculator. So I'm going to use that one instead. Okay, so I have 1/2 base, that's here. So x plus 5, and then times x. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to worry about this 0.5 last. First thing I'm going to do is multiply these here. What I'm doing is distributing the x to both. If you're looking at this and confused, let me write over here what I'm really doing. can write this x at the end or the beginning. So if you like in the beginning, maybe you want to rewrite it because you know you're just using the distributive property. So I have x, times x is x squared plus 5 times x, so 5x. All right, then I still have the 0.5 in front. I'm going to distribute that. Normally we don't like decimals, but in this case, we kind of have to have a decimal because the formula is giving it to us and it's going to end up like that. So we're not going to freak out over that, but it's going to happen. So I have 0.5 times x squared, and then 0.5 times 5. You type that in your calculator, you should get 2.5. Or if you know, okay, multiplying by 0.5 is the same as dividing by 2, you might have been able to do that in your head. Great. Okay. We'll do an example here. Area for a rectangle, base times height. This is just, normal. So I'm just distributing the 3x to both. So 3 times 8 is 24. X times x is x squared. 3 times -5 is -15, and then the x. All right, so that's not bad. Remember, if there were a binomial up here, you would have to do your box method to multiply or foiling. All right. These are two good problems. We still just want to find the area. So if I'm finding the area of this triangle, I want my base times my perpendicular height. It's a quick geometry lesson here. The height has to be the one that's 90 degrees at the base. So I'm actually not even going to be using these sides. I'm just going to cross them out right now so we don't get confused and accidentally use them. All right, so my formula is 0.5 and then base. So 5x minus 3 times height, 3x minus 2. Okay, since I have a binomial times a binomial, I need to either box it out or FOIL. Okay, so I have 15x squared, negative 10x, negative 9x, and 6. I look and see, okay, I can simplify diagonally. I have 15x squared minus 19x plus 6. All right, now don't forget, this 0.5 gets that fast pass to this last step here. Now I have to multiply everything by the 0.5. All right, so 15 times 0.5 or divided by 2 is 7.5x squared. 19 divided by 2, I think it's 9.5x. 6 times 0.5 is 3. All right, so that's my area for this triangle. Okay, and last one, same idea. So I'm going to have you go ahead, set up your equation first. So you have 1/2 times base times height. Let's go ahead and write that down. And we'll check with it in just a minute. Let me scroll down here. Okay. So I'm not using these guys. All right, let's see. Does your equation match mine? Great. Okay. I need to do my box. So I have 6x and 5, 4x and 2. I'm multiplying, so 24x squared, 12x, 20x, and 10. I can combine like terms diagonally. I have 24x squared plus 32x plus 10. And my 0.5, don't forget about that guy. Everything is multiplied by 0.5. Since these all three are even numbers, this will be nice because I won't have any decimals in my answer. All right, so 0.5 times 24, what's that? Good, it's 12x squared. This one's 16x and 5. Good, okay. Your answer should match that. That's the area for the triangle. So you might be thinking, oh, this is pretty easy. I'll warn you. The hardest part for these problems is that on a test or quiz, we're going to give you a triangle that looks like this. Sometimes it says find the area. Sometimes it says perimeter. You have to make sure you're finding the right one when you circle your answer. Sometimes it says find the perimeter and then they just start doing area because, they love area. Just watch out for when you're doing that, so you're not losing silly points just because you're not following directions. All right, nice job today with the geometry.